Hey kiddos, welcome back. We're doing some talking about division, and we have used our drawing strategy, and we've also used some multiplication to help us solve. But today we're going to talk about what we need to do when we have a bigger number that we don't have time to draw out and we're not quite sure what multiplication fits right away. So we're going to talk about our DMS strategy, or our divide, multiply, subtract. So this is going to look a little bit different, so let's work through it together and we'll see how it goes. Let's start with 63 divided by 3. So we put our number of groups on the outside, our number of things we're dividing on the inside, and our division sign goes from our straight line with 2 dots to this kind of sideways L. For division, I'm actually going to get you to start in the tens place. That's a little bit different because in multiplication, addition, and subtraction, I always get you to start in the ones place. For division, we're actually going to start in the biggest place value you have, and today that's the tens place, so that's where we're going to start. So when we look here, we need to see how many times can we put 6 into groups of 3. I know that if I had 6 things and 3 groups, I could put 2 in each group, so it goes on the top. That's the divide part, so we're done with that. Now we're moving on to M. M is for multiply. And what we're going to do with M is we're actually going to multiply the number that's on the outside and the number you just put on the top. So 3 times 2 is 6. And we're going to write that down here. We're going to write it in the tens place because that's where we're working. And we're going to fill in over here a 0. Because what we know about the tens place is that if we actually have 6 tens, we have the number 60. So that's the M, that's multiply. Now we're on to the S, which stands for subtract. And we are going to subtract these here. So we have 63 take away 60, which we know leaves us with a 3. Now we're not done yet because we still have numbers under our sideways L. So now we have to check and see if we can put 3 into groups of 3. So we know we have 3 things, 3 groups. I know if I'm going to divide those 3 things into 3 groups, there's going to be 1 in each group. And because we're in the ones place, we're going to put our answer at the top in the ones place. There's the D for divide. Now we're going to move on to the M for multiply. We've got 3 times 1, which gives us a 3. And then we move on to the S, which is subtract. We've got 3, take away 3, which is 0. Which means that we're all done because we're down to a number that we can no longer break into 3 groups. So that means that our answer is 21. We're going to do another one, but this time, every time you see this symbol, I want you to pause the video and do the step on your own. Then you can unpause the video, come back and see how I did it, and we can do it together that way. For this equation, we're going to do 42 divided by 2. So the first step is D for divide. So you're going to pause the video and give it a try yourself and then come back. So for our first step of D for divide, we're going to start in the tens place. And we're going to see how many times we can put 4 into 2 groups. We have 4 things, and we're going to split them into 2 groups. I know that if I have 4 things going into 2 groups, that means I can put 2 things in each group. So it goes on top. That's D for divide done. You're going to do M for multiply. So now that you're back, we're going to do the M for multiply. We're going to multiply the number on the outside and the number on the top. 2 times 2 is 4. We're going to put it in the tens place because that's where we're working, which means that it's actually 4 groups of 10, which means it's 40. So there's the M part. Now you're going to do S for subtract. So we're going to subtract 40 from 42, which we know leaves us with 2. But we're not done yet because we still have numbers under our sideways L. So we're back to the beginning with D. So I know if I have 2 things and 2 groups that I'm going to end up putting 1 thing in each group. So my 1 goes on the top. That's our second time using our D. Now we're on to our M. So we're going to multiply our number on the outside and the number we just found. 2 times 1 is 2. We're going to put it down there. That's it for M. Now we're going to do S for subtract. So we're going to subtract 2 away from 2, which we know is 0, which means we've done all we can under here, and our answer is, again. So now I'm going to leave you with 3 questions you can try on your own, and we'll see you next time. Bye.